What up, guys? DLE Kamel here, and I'm here with the Aporia unlock review. So first, I just want to go over again one more time how to unlock Aporia. All you need is 2,100,000 event points, and you can see that's not very far through it. There's still a lot of rewards to get, so don't think you got to get down here at 21 million. You only have to get 2.1 million and then defeat a Mechlord Emperor, either in assists or up here. So pretty simple, but let's get into it. Let's see what we got. My name is Aporia, the Guardian of Despair. So we already read his blurb in the event review video. Check that out. Won't waste time. Let's get right into his level up rewards. So listen, the first card we're going to be getting is Granel Carrier. This is a level 1 machine. If there's no face-up Mechlord Emperor on the field, destroy this card, just like Granel Attack. The first monster you control would be destroyed by battle is not destroyed. So yeah, these are those Granel pieces that Jacob uses in the anime just to support his Mechlord Emperor, so it never goes anywhere, so it's always able to stay on the field. Then this is Skill Guard. If there's no face-up Mechlord Emperor, destroy it. Once per turn, when a monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can negate the attack. Hey, this is a pretty good Mechlord Emperor piece, man. Just you can negate any attack, even one on itself. Pretty nice. This is probably one of the better Mechlord Emperor pieces for skill. Just negates any attack straight up. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. Wizelgard 3. Now, is this a new card or was this an event one? I want to say this was an event card that we do have already. So this is going to be that one card that they give us from the event that we've already had in Duel Links. Yeah, for sure, this is it. So let's skip over that. Then we got Chaos Bloom. Apply the following effect based on the number of Chaos Bloom in your graveyard. Destroy one monster with 1,000 less attack on the field. Destroy one card in the spell and trap card zone. Destroy one card. So your first activation of this card, you're gonna destroy any of your little Mechlord Emperor, little Wizelgard pieces, your guard pieces. That's what you're going to do to summon a Mechlord. And then if you summon another one, you're going to be destroying one card of the spell and trap card zone. So pendulums, face-ups, face-downs, anything. Pretty versatile. And then you'll be destroying one of anything once you've got your play set in there. I don't know how good this card is going to be, but it's a pretty nice but slow combo for Mechlord. So now, the first major Mechlord Emperor, we're getting Mechlord Emperor Granel. Alright, so level 1 Earth. Cannot be normal summoned, set must be special summoned by its own effect. When a face-up monster you control is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card gains attack and defense equal to half your life points. Once per turn, you can target one synchro monster your opponent controls, equip that target to this card. This card gets attack equal to the combined attack of the monsters equipped to it by this effect. You can target one of these equipped monsters, special summon that monster to your side of the field in defense position. And yeah, this is how Jacob stole all of Team 5D's synchro monsters in the anime. This is okay. Of course, it is once again locked to synchros, but in Duel Links, this thing is going to have a max of 2,000 life points if you're not stealing synchros. So this Mechlord Emperor specifically is all in on stealing synchros. You're not getting any value off of it if you are not. And it looks like these are just going to be the rest of our play set here. This guy's new, right? Yes. Mechlord Emperor Skill. Alright, also getting him. So it's summoned when it's destroyed. You can special summon this card from your hand once per turn. Oh, other monsters you control cannot declare an attack. Once per turn, you can target a synchro your monster controls. Target equipped to this card. It gains equal to half. You can send a monster you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard. This card can attack your opponent directly this turn. So, I think this is the worst one, probably, right? I think taking control of the synchro and special summoning to your field is better than just attacking directly for 2,200. But if you can make attacking directly for 2,200 work 2 times in a row, that is a win, baby. So, I mean, not too impressed, but Skill, I think, is definitely the worst of the Mechlords. And this is going to be the end of our playset here. So, oh my gosh, this is it, the last card. Aurora draw. If you control a Meklord Emperor monster and have no other cards in your hand, draw 2 cards. So this is definitely going to be a card that you use to recharge your hand after you summon Mechlord Astro Mechanical, because that requires you to discard 3 Meklord Emperors from your hand, and then you're going to have nothing. So then you are expected to use this card or set it beforehand. We only have 1, so it's not going to get too crazy. I don't think it's going to really shine since we only have 1, so we shall see. Alright, so now into the nitty-gritty, we're going to look at the skills. We're going to go over each of his specific skills. First, we're going to look at his general ones. It looks like he has Beatdown and Heavy Starter and some Draw Senses as his regular skills. Alright. So let us start with his starter skill, the Embodiment of Despair, Mechlord Astro Mechanical. At the beginning of the duel, add 1 Mechlord Astro Mechanical, 1 Mechlord Army of Wazelle, 1 skill, and 1 Grinnell to your deck. Can be used once per duel by revealing 1 Mechlord Astro Mechanical in your hand. Return 1 Wazelle, skill, and Grinnell from your graveyard to your hand. After using this skill, you cannot activate either cards or effects until you successfully special summon Mechanical. Okay, so you can either summon Mechanical already, right? You can summon him already and have these 3 Mechlords in the graveyard and then use this skill. And this will do what? It will just add them from your graveyard to your hand by revealing Astro Mechanical. So the only way you're getting these guys in the graveyard is if they get destroyed via you summoning them already, or you already summoning an Astro Mechanical, using them as the cost, and then revealing another one later in the duel and getting all the materials back to summon this, and then it kind of locks you out of activating any effects after you use this skill. You must summon Mechanical immediately after. I mean, the only time you're gonna have these 3 Mechlords in the grave, all of them, is if you already summon, as if you already summon Mechanical. And this is assuming you're not playing the big Mechlords. These are not even the big Mechlords, these are just the Mechlord army cards, the lower versions. So, it does force you to play these cards and have them all in your graveyard. But I guess, since these are not your big Mechlords, you would be wanting to send these to the graveyard. So, we shall see, but I don't think that's the best skill. It doesn't really help you get your boss monster out fast enough. It's kind of slow. Alright, next we're going to go into Fortissimo Combo. Return 1 Mechlord Emperor monster from your hand to its owner's deck and play 1 face-up Fortissimo the Mobile Fortress to your field from outside of your deck. If there is already a field spell inside of the field, return it to the hand. And this says once per turn you can special summon 1 Mechlord army monster from your hand. So this is pretty nice, free special summon. On all you have to do is return from your hand to the deck. That's it. And then you play this right away. So no interruption on skill use, but it can be utilized on its activation since it does have an ignition effect to summon a Mechlord army monster. This card, this skill is not so great either. Cool putting a field spell out, but it's just not impactful enough. Its effect can get interrupted very, very easily. Alright, so we have Level Cannon / Lock-On Laser. Can be used by choosing either the following effects when you control Fortissimo the Mobile Fortress. So you will have to have Fortissimo in your deck to play this skill. And your opponent has 3,000 or more life points. This skill can only be used if you begin the duel with a deck that has no monsters other than Mechlord monsters. Select one synchro monster in your opponent's field and decrease their life points by its level times 100. Decrease your opponent's life points by the number of spell trap cards on their field times 100. So they have the possibility to take 400 damage, up to 600 damage in a pendulum deck if you're dealing them spell trap damage, and then, reasonably the highest level synchro you're going to go up against is 8, Cyber Slash, so 800 damage. And I did not know, does that say once per duel? Ooh, wait a second. Yes, well, it can only be activated if your opponent has 3,000 or more life points, so you're not going to be able. You're only going to be able to use it a couple times anyway, because you'll only be able to deal them effect damage for the first 1,000. I believe that this is a suspected nerf that some people were thinking of giving to Shadow Game a while back, not allowing you to deal effect damage via the skill past a certain point. And it looks like they chose to implement that here. I think that's pretty interesting. But yeah, dude, effect damage that caps out at 1,000 is not good, dude. That you can only use for the first 1,000. Like, no thank you. Alright. We've got Mechlord Army Regeneration. Can be used once on your next turn after you special summon Mechlord Astromechanical from your hand. Return 2 Mechlord Army monsters with different names from your graveyard to your hand. That is good, dude. If you are going to be summoning this guy repeatedly, however, you know, despite the fact that this is not helping you see your boss monster or get it out faster, it is helping you recover. So we're gonna have to see just how easy it is to produce this boss monster, or if there are any skills that strictly make it easier to summon, because this is the best skill that we've read so far. Just gives you straight up constant recovery no matter what Mechlords you use as the materials. Alright, so next we've got Mechlord Astrogenesis. Whoa. Can be used if you have special summoned 3 or more Mechlord Emperor monsters. I assume that means just 3 or more during the duel as a whole. Banish 1 Mechlord Emperor Wazelle, Mechlord Emperor Skill, and Mechlord Emperor Granel from your graveyard and play 1 Mechlord Astromechanical from your deck or hand in attack position. This skill can only be used if you begin the duel with a deck that contains no monsters other than Mechlord monsters. Ooh, so this is very interesting, I think. This says you have to have special summoned 3 Mechlord Emperor monsters at some point. So it's kind of playing around the fact that you will not just be able to send the Mechlord Emperors to the graveyard for an effect of Astromechanical and then use the skill. You have to actually special summon the monsters by having a monster on the field be destroyed and then special summoning the monsters, because Astromechanical says you must discard, you must send them from your hand to the graveyard. He doesn't interact with the Mechlords once they're on the field. So this is a pretty balanced skill. You must special summon them and then you play Astromechanical. So it circumvents you having to get it lets you take advantage of your Mechlord Emperors first before committing to Astromechanical, and I think that is pretty good. You're not always going to have a ton of Mechlord Emperors in your hand to just discard willy-nilly for this guy, so this skill allows you to commit to some of your more powerful, you know, your deck's built-in boss monsters instead of going for this right away, and then you can banish them once you're done with them to summon your Astromechanical. Then you're like, I'm not done yet, and then you bring out your big boss, and you can only have Mechlords in your deck. Again, you know, this is alright. It's, again, we're gonna have to see just how easy it is to bring out the Mechlords, and right now they need to have a more general use. Right now they're still only all useful against synchro decks, and you know, Harpies, they can get knocked out for sure, but it's like, I don't know, man, having all your removal effects be linked to synchros is really, really rough, but this does help Mechlords do what they do very well. Next, we've got Mechlord Convert. Once per turn, on one of the following effects can be used. Each effect can only be used once per duel. Reveal Mechlord Astromechanical in your hand. Return 2 monsters on your field to your hand and send 1 Mechlord Deflection to your graveyard from the outside of your deck. Or you can return 2 Mechlord monsters from your graveyard to your deck. Then you can add 1 Astromechanical to your hand from your deck. It can only be used if you begin the deck with a duel. 12 or more monsters and no monsters other than Mechlord monsters. Okay. So you have to have 12 Mechlord monsters at least in this deck. So, you know, 3 Astromechanical. You're going to be playing 1 of each of the Emperors, definitely, and then that leaves you with some flex spots for armies and guards, and then whatever spell and traps you like. So, the first part of this skill, the thing is, dude, are you really going to have Mechlord monsters on the field? Oh, no, excuse me. This reveals Astromechanical in your hand and puts it back in your hand so that you can summon it. And then Mechlord Deflection, its graveyard effect, will be destroyed by battle or card if you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So this gives you a pretty good cost. It returns 2 Mechlords to your hand, and then it makes your Mechlord Emperor, your Astromechanical, indestructible by battle or card effect. That is pretty darn nice, and it doesn't have an, you can only use this effect after the turn it's summoned kind of clause, so you can use this right away. If you get TTH'd, you can use this card, banish it, your Astromechanical will still be there on the field, 4,000 attack. Very, very nice. And its second effect, return 2 Mechlord monsters from your graveyard to your deck, then add 1 Astromechanical to your hand from your deck. So boom, I think this activation of this skill is really good. Anything that adds your boss monster to your hand is instantly super, super good, and all this has to do to activate is return 2 Mechlord monsters from your graveyard to your deck. So this could be any. These could be trash Mechlords that they have to be Mechlord armies, or they have to be, Mechlord Emperors. And matter of fact, I will excuse myself there, because in the reading of a different skill, I said you would be able to play attack. You'd be able to play your Grinnell pieces and stuff. You can't do that because they have to have Mechlord in their name, and those little pieces, they do not have Mechlord in their name, dude. So very interesting. You're gonna have to play, armies, Astromechanical, and Emperors, a combination of 12, and that's gonna be your Mechlord lineup. So this is very good. I think this is the best skill we've read so far. Just progressing your strategy in any way will get you 2 trash Mechlords on the field. So I think that's really good. And then you'll get your Astromechanical right away. So pretty nice. Mechlord Convert, I think this is going to be the most impactful skill so far that we've read. Soldier to Lord, oh boy. Can be used if you control only 1 monster. Send 1 face-up Mechlord army monster on your field to your graveyard and play 1 Mechlord Emperor based on the list below. This skill can only be used once, and only if you begin the duel with a deck that contains no monsters other than Mechlord monsters. So you cannot play any pieces, just Mechlord monsters. So you must control 1 Mechlord army monster, and then you play any of the emperors or only the corresponding emperor. It does not say the corresponding. This is based on the list. Play 1 based on the list below. So I get. Oh well, maybe it will just evolve. Soldier to Lord. Excuse me. I do think it will operate as if you are just summoning. You're evolving this directly. I don't think it lets you turn any army into one of the Mechlord Emperors. If someone has tried it, please let me know. But as far as I know, the way it's worded, it does not have a constricting wording like you would only be able to go from Army of Wazelle to Emperor Wazelle. This is send 1 face up Mechlord army monster on your field to your graveyard and play 1 Mechlord Emperor based on the list below. That's all it says. It's not very specific. This would be pretty interesting if it allows you to evolve into any Mechlord Emperor. If it is specific, though, that's going to make it a little more cookie cutter, but pretty good all the same. Not pretty good all the same, as good as it's going to get all the same, if you ask me. Not great, though. It doesn't have anything to do with Astromechanical, so it's not what we want. And this is Synchro Destroyer. Primo has this skill as well. If your opponent controls a Synchro monster, play 1 Mechlord Emperor monster from your hand. This skill can only be used once per turn and twice per duel. Alright, so I am going to say the best skill for Aporia is going to be Mechlord Convert. The second effect of this skill is very, very good, and you get to use both of these skills. Each of them is useful, but the second one, return 2 Mechlords from your graveyard to your deck so you can add 2 Astromechanical back. I think that is just so good. It's giving you the resource to summon your boss monster, and it is giving you your boss monster from your hand to your deck. Nothing else in this character, the skills, they don't do that. You need that to happen. You need to be adding Astromechanical to your hand And then the first activation of the skill can make it invincible to TTH on summon, which is super good. So hopefully if you're able to see your astromechanical organically, you know, in your starting hand or very soon, or via searching it via another card, you'll be able to make use of Mechlord Deflection. And I actually think Mechlord Deflection in the new box might actually see some play. It is not bad. It says its initial activation is not great. Target Mechlord, your opponent takes no battle damage from attacks involving that face-up monster until the end of the turn. Its attack becomes permanently the combined original attack of all Mechlord monsters you currently control. For Mechlord, whoa. So, oh man, but if your monster survives, this is a crazy card. What? How am I just reading it now? Target one Mechlord monster you control. Your opponent takes no battle damage until the end of the turn. Boom, so that no battle damage effect is done after this turn. Also, its attack becomes forever, so you keep the attack bonus after the first turn, so you get to swing in with that boosted attack next turn. If a Mechlord monster you control be destroyed by battle card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So this guy with boosted attack, of course you won't be able to use its first effect via the skill, but just putting this in your deck as it is, because it is going to be in the new box, Mechlord Deflection will be there. So yeah, dude, I definitely think Mechlord Convert is the best skill for Aporia. If you had any thoughts of playing Mechlords, this is it, dude. I definitely think so. But guys, that was my Aporia character review. I hope you enjoyed it. You know me, I'm not too fond of how Konami handled the Synchro era. So hopefully this is the last Synchro character for a very long time. I don't really know where they can take the story from here. Hopefully we get some new characters. But I really do hope the new box helps out Mechlords, because dude, we've been getting Mechlords forever. And I think this is like the last Mechlord character that we are going to get. So guys, let me know what you think about Aporia. I know there are some Mechlord lovers in the comments on the last video. Let me know, what skill are you looking forward to playing in Mechlords? How are you going to play your Mechlord deck? And what do you think on the strength of Mechlord? So, peace out guys. I'll see you guys on Battle Phase Thursday later today.